You know, this is what happens when instead of looking at what you really need and understanding team dynamics and understand that even understanding that you need certain roles filled on every team needs certain roles filled. And right now, the Lakers got too many former stars, but not enough guys that carry the lunch pail to work.
Yeah.
Because if you're because at some point the coach has got to go to somebody and say, I need you to do the dirty work, right? I need you to do the things that don't show up on the stat sheet, but are going to help us win. And when you got a team full of former stars, ain't nobody raising their hands for that job.
I think
So
Dwight is that. That's Dwight. That was Dwight. At least in 2020, he was doing the dirty work. So we'll see this year.
I agree with that, but it just they need two
oof.
players who do dirty work on that
The
team. Cause
problem
you
is
got too
all they
many
dirty work
scorers.
players are over 35 years old. You can't
Yeah,
like
Mhm.
I remember watching the Miami Heat during their championship run. Shane Battier was our dirty work player, right?
him and
Mike
Hadley
Miller.
was dirty.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. And I don't know. And every time him and Mike Miller, that's absolutely right. Mike Miller was really supposed to be a shooter. He turned into a dirty work, perimeter defender shooter type.
And he
And
played power forward too.
yeah, and
Yeah.
every time you looked at the Miami Heat bench, you always see Mike Miller and Shane Battier laying down on the floor with an ice pack on their back.
Mm-hmm.
You can these when you get these guys that are 34, 35, 36, they can only do so much dirty work. Like
The thing,
I'm like after the San Antonio championship run, the last Heat championship run, Shane
Mhm.
Battier's body gave up. He was
Mm.
out here banging with fours, and by the end of that run, he was just like, "Oh yeah, I'm done." So at a certain point, the Lakers need to get guys that have a specific role that needs to be filled instead of just relying on former stars and hoping that hopefully
you you
everything will add up in the end.
you know what they're doing. They're going to maximize their talent. They're going to go so far out, all out this year for 1 year just to get that championship. They're going to forget about their age. They're just going to go out there and just ball out for 1 year.
Don't
If
nobody
they
forget about the age, man.
hey
if
man,
I'm saying, if
that's
I'm
a
saying
that's
if
a
they're
pretty
able,
good hypothetical, man. That's a pretty good
I get you.
hypothetical.
If they're able to win,
I'm gonna
that
just
team will
forget I'm
split up.
37. I don't think it
Yeah,
works
just
that
go
way,
out.
man.
That's what they're doing. They should
I
have got
have
LaMarcus
I have
Aldridge.
a question too because by you added DeAndre Jordan, where's the floor space in
Exactly. I don't understand that.
that?
That's all, yeah, man. That's why I
You
said
got
Chris
Unless you
Bosh ain't
put
coming out of
DJ,
retirement.
with because what Anthony can shoot somewhat. DJ with Anthony, but that like for that team to work, you have to put AD at the 5, LeBron at the 4, Melo at the 3, whoever the fuck at the 2, and then Westbrook or Rondo at the 1.
so the formula for success for LeBron has been established. It's LeBron and shooters, particularly 3-point
Yes,
shooters. Put
and
three
you ain't
point
got
shooters
that.
around him, right? So so in Oklahoma City, they tried to turn Carmelo into a corner three guy, and he didn't
Didn't
want to
work.
do it. Didn't work. You know
Okay, but
why? Because I'm
he did
Carmelo
that in
Anthony.
Portland.
Because I'm Carmelo Anthony. No, 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 no. Carmelo
Yes,
was
he
a
did.
scorer. He was a
Yeah,
straight scorer with Portland. He wasn't a corner three guy. He was a
He was a
scorer with
corner 3.
Portland. I'm still he
Mr.
can shoot the
Mid
corner three,
range.
but there's a
J-
difference between being a 3-and-D guy and a scorer that can shoot the corner three. He was a scorer that can shoot the corner three. He wasn't just a guy. He wasn't Kyle Korver just standing there all day. You know what I mean? And now you look at the Lakers. Who are the other shooters you're going to put around LeBron? Because when I look at the team and I look at the lineups they put out there, they ain't got enough role players. They got too
But
many
see,
former stars, and you gotta negotiate with these guys to be role players. You gotta
But see,
negotiate with Melo to be a role
but you
player.
guys are missing the point. You just said that LeBron plays well with a whole bunch of shooters. D Wade was not a shooter. Y'all forget about that. D Wade wasn't a shooter, and that worked
But
perfectly.
Mike Miller
Slash and run,
was.
slash and
Chris
okay.
Bosh
But that's what I'm
was.
saying.
my
Mike
But
thing
him
Miller
and
is,
Westbrook
was.
can play the same
I'm gonna say
way.
this.
I,
I'm
okay.
gonna say this.
Westbrook can't shoot.
D Wade was a better
Wade
defender.
couldn't shoot.
But D Wade,
Wade was a shot maker though. Wade was a shot maker.
When he needed to. He was a mid-range shot maker. Yes.
Yeah,
I'd rather have D Wade over Westbrook any day.
Oh boy, yes.
Oh,
1,000%. 1,000%.
His basketball IQ is way better. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He's not trying to get no triple double, thinking about how many points he have, how many rebounds he have. He's just playing the game. And Wade's going to get you 2 steals a game.
And he's going to get you 2 blocks.
Yeah.
At the shooting guard position.
I'm just saying.
From what I hear,
with Melo, G Buddy, are you serious? All you got to get is a jab step, pull up.
That's what
hey, listen, he played well. Come on, man, he played well in Portland. Stop it. Damian Lillard said that was one of his best teammates.
Bro,
Melo played well in Portland.
There were no other scorers on Portland outside of CJ McCollum. They needed Melo to score. They needed Melo. Like with the Lakers, it's just too many. It's too many dudes that do the same thing. And you gotta negotiate with them to be role players.
You know what?
I don't know, man. It looks dangerous.
Athleticism and size versus skill and shooting against the Brooklyn Nets. Brooklyn Nets obviously are the favorite because they're a little younger and they can shoot better. But I think people put too much emphasis on shooting. Oh, he can't shoot, so he sucks. We just saw a guy who can't shoot for shit. Listen, we just saw a guy who can't shoot for shit score 50 points in the Game 6 closeout. So shooting is not that much important as everybody thinks. You just need to be
but the issue with that is he is the focal point of the Bucks offense, right? Now people like to say, "Oh, it's Chris Middleton's really." Chris Middleton ain't the star of that team. Right? Giannis is the star of that team. Chris Middleton is Robin, and everybody else is a role player. PJ Tucker, Brooke Lopez, Pat Connaughton, Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday's not a role player.
He's not a role player,
but he played the role that he needed to play, which is basically be a lockdown defender. Right? Everybody fit into their role. When I'm looking at the Lakers, I'm saying, hey, yo, Melo, I don't need you to jab step, shake and bake in the mid range, dribble the air out the ball. I know that. Right? Like I don't need you to do that. I really just need you to kind of stand in this corner and do it and handle your business over there. Is he gonna do it?
Pick and rolls. I see a lot of pick and rolls between LeBron and Melo. I could see that coming.
Yeah, probably.
But he's not really a great finisher to the basket. I'd rather have a pick and roll with him and Westbrook. Westbrook going to the basket and has more athletic ability. More finisher.
No, what I'm saying is if you run a pick and roll with Melo, they're gonna double or converge on LeBron, and Melo will be open for a spot up jump shot or a 3. I can see that happening.
It depends. It depends because if the pick and roll is Carmelo fading, they're going to keep the double on LeBron, and then they're just going to they're just going to.
I think we just lost Havoc.
If Melo runs to the rim, then if they have a decent shot blocker, you can stop at year 18. You can stop Melo at the rim now, right?
All you have to do is step back. Just step back and take the jump shot.
Bro, that is not a way to win games. That is not a way to win games.
Carl Anthony Towns can stop Melo at the rim, man. Carl Anthony Towns, the softest big man in the league, he can stop Melo.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, have to go to the rim.
I'll tell you, the day Chris Bosh retired is the day Carl Anthony Towns became the softest big in the league.
Nah, for the bay. Nah, for the bay. Nah, we don't care what you said. Nah, for the bay. Nah, for the bay. Nah, for the bay. Nah, we ain't hearing what you said. Nah, for the bay. Fire!